Last night we were talking about the feelings, vibrations, and perceptions, and how they're all impermanent. And now that we're in the sort of the Vipassana, shifting into the Vipassana phase of the meditation, having practiced initially concentration, kind of trying to calm and center the mind and stay focused and cultivate the habit of noticing your wandering mind and keep bringing it back to the present moment. Sometimes people can kind of space out, or if their minds get too calm, sometimes they can kind of enter a sinking state. That means it's not asleep, but it's not very alert. But it feels good. So people kind of get comfortable with that, But it's kind of a limbo state. It doesn't go anywhere. So it's kind of a false samadhi, because it feels good, and you're not sleeping. You're still kind of awake and aware, but it's fuzzy. And so you have to break out of that, or you have to not get stuck in that, because otherwise your practice won't really deepen. So therefore you have to make the mind more alert. You have to deliberately try to notice more things. So anyway, to now we want to gradually try to open up the field of awareness. As we started yesterday in that body scanning, so we were scanning through the body and trying to tune in to more sensations and to develop that understanding of impermanence. So along with the body, once you're able to feel the breathing, and then the body, having perhaps scanned through the body a bit, or if you can, just hold the attention kind of on the whole body, or at least around the breathing. The breathing may be there in the center, but have the mind open enough to be able to be alert and notice other sensations that come and go. Not just only the big ones, but even the subtler ones that can be noticed coming and going. Because the mind can become like a screen, like a monitoring screen. And then also to include sounds. And when you're like hearing, especially with hearing sounds, as we mentioned last night, they're just sounds. And so to develop the understanding of just hearing. And normally when you hear a sound, you say, that's somebody coughing. That's the teacher's voice. But you want to try to avoid that. And just hearing. It's just sound, and hearing is happening. Hearing is a phenomenon. Just like when you strike the bell, the gong, the sound is produced. So the sound strikes the eardrum and hearing is produced. And you should kind of, in Vipassana, we develop what is called bare attention. To just the bare facts. Sergeant Friday, bare facts, ma'am. So that the fact is just hearing. When your mind adds to it, oh, that's a person coughing, and wish they would, go take some cough medicine, quit disturbing me. That's all just the inner dialogue. So when you make the bare attention of just hearing, cut it off with just vibration. If you feel something in the body, just feeling. If you hear something, just hearing. If you smell something, just smelling. So this cuts off the perception process. And so we're trying to tune in and be aware of just the bare sensations. But of course, those sensations may produce a feeling of pleasantness. There's a kind of a tendency for the mind to like to hold on to it, or a tendency of the mind to want to push it away. So it's good to notice that also. You can see those tendencies of the mind either for attaching or pushing away. And that is the contemplation of feelings. Also for sounds as well as other things, even our own thoughts. And to see how these vibrations, the mind, how the perceptions arise. So again, the perceptions are like the mental pictures that are created, or words based upon just an empty vibration. And you can do that even with your body. So you feel something. Your eyes are closed, and how do you know where your feet are? How do you know where your hands are? How do you know where your head is? Because there's particular sensations there, and the mind matches them up. It said, oh, that's my head, that's my ear, that's my knee or toe. And that's the perception. So you can directly see these perceptions arising out of the mind. And that's a very deep level of awareness. But it might be even more clear with sounds. Actually, you can actually do a listening meditation also. And just be aware of various sounds and see how the mind immediately identifies them, or tries to. With the names and labels it produces. So that's perception. When you can directly see those things occurring, then that's a very deep level of awareness again. And that's how you are working your way gradually deeper insight. I mean, those things all are always happening, but we don't see them happening. We don't clearly are aware of the actual arising of these things. So this is how you gradually develop and extend the range of the awareness, especially of the Vipassana awareness. Because the meaning of the word Vipassana means seeing reality as it is. And how is it? That you see feelings as they arise and vanish. You see perceptions as they arise and vanish. You see the mental formations as they arise and vanish. And even the consciousness as it arises and vanishes. Especially today, try to just pay a specific more attention to that, the feelings and the perceptions, and honing one's attention to be able to detect them. But again, if the mind is still, struggling with so many hindrances and thoughts, then you might have to just keep coming back to calming it down with the breath and so on. But whenever you feel that sense of kind of settling and a sense of awareness, then that's the time to start not get satisfied with that and kind of, but that's the time to really focus it more clearly, to pick up on the arising and vanishing of body sensations and sounds. Those are the two predominant type of sense stimulation you have, in sitting meditation. And then, of course, also your thoughts. So I'd recommend that, again, that when you start the meditation, to spend the first 5 minutes or so, just working with the breath, maybe with the 3-part breathing and relaxing into just sitting and breathing, or, sending out those thoughts of metta while you're doing the breathing. And then after that, maybe just for a short time, just quickly scan through the body just to pick up on sensation. And then at some point, just rest the mind in the middle and see if you can just feel the general outline of the body, and then just let the things naturally be alert for whatever happens to be taking your attention or arising in the moment. But especially being alert for those urges that arise and the tendency for aversion. Like if you have an itch, those are easy to notice. When you have an itch, you can immediately see that initial kind of wincing or contraction of the nervous system. So that means then you can identify an unpleasant feeling. Or if the mind wants to hold on to an object. Okay, so just assume a good posture. And about 9 o'clock, I'll ring the bell. Now we're going to be having interviews also in this morning time, starting at 10 past 10. So, but I'll ring the bell about 9, and then those people can gradually prepare themselves, and then the others again after that. If you want to do standing and walking, or go outside and do walking meditation, sit for a while, you can do that as well, or just continue your meditation in here. Let's begin with a few the deep, slow breaths, 3-part breath. Combine it with these thoughts of metta. Just breathing in, may I be well, happy and peaceful. And breathing out, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Breathing in, may I be free from anxiety, worry, agitation, fear. May all beings be free from anxiety, worry, agitation and fear. Breathing in, I develop mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Breathing out, may all beings develop mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom. Letting go of any controlled breathing, allowing the breath to return to its own natural pattern, uncontrolled pattern. Try to notice the beginning, the middle, and the end of the in-breath, the pause. Beginning, the middle, and the end of the out-breath, and the pause. So either continue developing your mindfulness of breathing, or opening up to the body, sensations. The flow of impermanence.